Welcome back. Today, I'm going to talk about what is happening in the Houston real estate market in May 2026. We just got the data in. I know it's the end of June, but listen to this. Pending sales are up over 5%, almost 6% since last year. So we have right now 9,172 pending sales for May. And that's the strongest activity we've had in Houston since May of 2022. So what does that tell you? That buyers are coming out in droves. They're signing contracts and we're getting a lot of properties in contract. So with all of this, because there's a lag in the data, so the June close numbers will probably be an indication that closings are up as well. So we'll stay tuned for that. If you've been watching my videos, you know that I'm keeping tabs on the luxury market. It's very interesting to me to see how the different price bands perform against each other. So in May, homes priced $1 million and over surged 10% since last year. That's the strongest tier we have in the market. It's also really helped push the prices up. So the average home price went up 2.3% since last year, and that's at $447,301. So the luxury market performance has helped improve the average price. Meanwhile, the median price barely moved. We're at $340,000. So just the fact that the average price went up 2.3%, don't let that fool you into thinking that the whole market is going up because the median price is staying about the same. Another big headline is that the mortgage rates have dropped. So they were at 6.8% a year ago, and now they're hovering right around 6.4, 6.5%. And it's not a huge swing, but it really adds up when you're a buyer, when you're calculating your monthly payment. Right now, a buyer on a median priced home is saving more than $60 a month in principal and interest if you're putting 20% down, and that's just over a year ago. Here's the number that I think is really important to me. Houston affordability has improved in 19 of the last 22 months. It's not a headline you're going to see everywhere because usually Houston gets hidden under the national headlines, but the good news is Houston affordability is improving. Active single-family home listings are up 2.4% since last year, and that brings us to 37,619 homes are actively for sale. The months of inventory is flat. It's around 5 months, so that hasn't changed a whole lot. And just so you understand, that's a little bit more than the national average of 4.4 months. That gives the buyers a little bit more breathing room and options to think about things a little bit longer and make longer decisions when they're buying a home. Homes are taking a little bit longer to sell too. The days on market went from 51 to 54. And it doesn't really mean a whole lot, but it's just spending a little bit more time on the market. So if you're a seller in this market, just know that things are taking a little bit longer. Townhomes and condos are a little bit of a different story. Sales dipped 4.3% since last year at this time, but the average price is up 6.7% to $282,000. The median is up 3.6% to $230,000. So there's less transactions, but the ones that are happening are selling for a little bit more than they were last year. So what does this all mean if you're a buyer or a seller? Well, if you're a seller of a luxury property right now, the demand is serious. You do need to be priced well, but homes that are priced well and positioned well are selling in multiple offers. I just experienced that with one of my listings in Fleetwood, and definitely there are a lot of buyers out there for these products. If you're a buyer, rates are trending in the right direction and you have more inventory and longer days on market. So overall, it looks like you have a lot of time to decide and you have a lot more choices than you had before. However, there are things that are selling in multiple offers and very quickly. So I wouldn't wait around too long. You can see that in the pending sales. There's a lot of other buyers out there ready to snatch up that home if you decide you're not going to move on it. Just know what you're looking for would be my first piece of advice. And then when you see something that's priced appropriately, don't wait around if you like it. So here's what I'm seeing out there when I'm working with both buyers and sellers. Like I mentioned, precision pricing is key right now. Buyers are very well aware and they know their homework. So if you're overpriced, they're going to wait or they're going to try and negotiate. And expect buyers to negotiate. They are negotiating pretty heavily right now, and they're asking for lots of concessions. So just be prepared when you are receiving offers from buyers. If you're a buyer, like I mentioned, there is more inventory, but if you see something you like that's priced well, don't wait around because there are a lot of buyers in the market right now. Buyer showing activity is definitely up over the past few weeks. I'm expecting a little bit of a dip over the 4th of July holiday, but let's see where we are after that. If you're in Harris County, I really like this chart. This is from Altos Research, and it just shows you a little bit about what is happening, and it goes over the past 7 days and the past 90 days. So you can break this out, and you can see here that we are at 355 for median list price. This is right now. And then the median price of new listings is 347. Price per square foot is 168. And that is an interesting trend to watch because you can see if things are changing. When you change this map and see what's happening, the 7 and the 90-day average for price per square foot is 168. So it looks like those are holding pretty steady over the past 3 months. Another interesting thing to keep an eye on is the average days on market. So right now, this graph shows 119. When you look at this chart, it's for Harris County only. So the HAR data does include other counties. It's the greater Houston area. So it's a little bit broader picture. When you look at this data from Altos, it's just Harris County. So you've got 119 days on average for Harris County in the past 7 to 90 days. Okay, there is your May 2026 market update. So in summary, contract activity is huge. We've had the most activity we've had in 4 years. Luxury is leading the way, and affordability is definitely improving, even though the national headlines say otherwise. If you want to know what this means for your specific neighborhood or your specific house, please let me know because there is so much variation. As you can see, average days on market in Harris County is 119. All of Houston is 54. So definitely variability. So if you have questions on your area, reach out and I will run your specific numbers for you and talk over your plan. All right, I will see you next month. Bye.